Alright guys, so continuing on from that knee bar video, if, you know, he's got hold of, I'm doing that knee cut, he's holding onto my ankle here, right? This one right here. I'm going to turn around and I'm going to sit on his chest and I'm going to take a big back step so my other leg here is here. So, if his other foot is on top, right, I can't just gather up that leg, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my same side as my other leg is on. I'm going to take this leg, this hand, and I'm going to go between his ankles, right? So if his ankles are locked like this, I'm going here. I'm going on the far side of the ankles, right? So I get here, right? And I'm going to slide this one through and I'm going to grab his knee here, right? And then I'm slide it off. And I'm trying to bring that knee over the top of my knee, right? And I want to get as deep as possible. And then from here, I'm basically going to kind of twist and turn onto his ankle. And what that's going to do is going to press his ankles together and put a lot of leverage into this point, right? And then I'm going to be able to break those ankles. Yeah, so this arm's going through, and this one's going to come over the top. I'm going to drop my elbow in and turn, right? And push my elbow towards him, and I'm going to break his ankles here. Now, breaking sticks, I believe, is not legal until brown belt for jiu-jitsu. So, you know, for me, because it can be considered a calf slicer, right? I find, again, with bicep slices and calf slicers, go slow. Don't torture somebody with them because you can break somebody really easily. But somebody's going to tap really, really quickly to them because they are very painful. Because you're compressing the muscles, you're compressing the tendons, and you're putting pressure on those bones, and eventually the bones will break or they will separate. So in this case, you know, we're going basically here to here, right? So I'm not separating out a joint here like you would in a knee bar or bicep slice or something like that, right? So with a bicep slice, right, we're putting something between, and then we're pressing together, and it's going to separate out the ligaments here at the elbow and break the elbow that way. But in this case, we're not really doing that. We're not at the knee, we're not really at the ankle. We're basically right here on the fibula and tibula, right here above that, or around that. We're not really onto the legs. And so you're going to feel it more as the calf slicer itself, but you do have the leverage to break someone's bones. So be very careful with it. So I'm here, right? I started that knee cut. He held. I took a big back step and I punched my leg through. Now I'm going to take this hand and grab between his ankles, right? So if he's like this, I'm grabbing around here and I'm trying to get to his Achilles tendon as much as I possibly can. I'm going to scoop up his leg, that's the one that's on top. So, and I'm going to bring my foot to my foot as I start to slide off. Notice when I'm sliding off, I'm trying to stay as close as possible to him, okay? Don't make it a, right? And I'm flopping a little bit more than I like to because this is bigger than a person, right? But really, I should be sliding and my hips should still be connected to his hips. And I've dragged his leg up over the top of my knee, and I've got his ankles and I'm pulling them in. He won't be able to separate them, right? So, because that top ankle is behind my forearm, and I'm pulling on this one. So I'm at the top of the lever, and I'm pulling up here. I'm going to drive my hips forward just to make it easier for me to punch that through. I'm going to grab my own arm, drop, and twist. Right, driving my elbow into his shin. This is really not about what kind of power I can drive from this arm. This is really just trying to compress his legs together by twisting, right? So I'm pushing on that leg that's coming over the top with this forearm as I'm pulling the leg that's on the bottom up with this one, right? So that's really what I'm doing here, right? But it's really important that you get fairly deep with this, right? You want that leg over the top here. If it's too shallow, there's going to be a lot of movement here. The angles might not line up perfectly, and so you will need to adjust that, okay? So there's the breaking sticks from that position. So